on this episode of Junkie Fixes, looks like we're going to be tackling a new coolant reservoir and a spare tire carrier. I recently ordered these off of Rock Auto and also ordered oil cap. Who cares about that, you know? But you know, the coolant reservoir that I currently have on my truck, you can see here, has a pretty decent sized crack in it. I've not had a leak or anything yet, but I just want to, you know, preventative, keep it from exploding while I'm going down the road and losing all my coolant. I'm going to go a different way about extracting the coolant. I've got a pump I'm going to try. I've had it forever, never used it. I think it's a hand siphon pump. I'm going to extract the coolant from the tank, get a little bit down into the hose so that hopefully I don't have to drain anything out of the radiator, and so hopefully it'll be less messy, because I hate spilling coolant. That and the coolant's not this old in this thing, and it wasn't too long ago that it's been flushed, so I want to try and save all of that. I've got my transfer pump here. It's one of them hand powered ones. Got to be careful not to hit the battery terminal so it won't light me up. It's going to be dumping into this little container down here. Probably wish I would have one with a lid on it like that last one, but I didn't have a chance to clean it out. Oh. I can already tell this is going to be an arm workout. It's still pretty cool though. We've got this reservoir tank pretty much empty. You can see it's collected mostly down here. It's worked out really well. This is newer antifreeze, so I want to save it. I'm going to make sure that I got the rest of this out, and then I'll go from there. The coolant drained out. Don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but I was able to get the other end of my siphon hose to drop all the way down into this nipple on the bottom of the old one, so that I could drop it below the level below what this hose is going to be. So when I pull this off, if I spill anything, it'll just be what residual amounts might be in this overflow tank. So to get this off, there are 3 8mm bolts. There's one right here, and then 2 right down here. Let's see here, 2 right there. There is also a hose. Right here, and a spring tank. You can kind of see the edge of it. That's the big hose that I was sticking the siphon down into. And the spring clamp's got to come off, and then this spring clamp right here. And then it should be coming out in theory, but you know how that goes. So it's loose. Loose. I'm just loosening these first to make sure everything's will come apart. I'm actually going to get these spring clamps moved before I pull that all the way out. Let's see which set of pliers I'm going to need to get this done. Let's just try it and see if there's enough slack in this hose to bring it up higher. Then get the spring clamp off the bottom. Okay, there's one. There's 2. And 3. Okay, those 3 bolts are out. Go ahead and pop this one hose spring clamp I showed you at the end of the reservoir. Okay. There's there is not just enough slack. This only came up about 4 or 5 inches, but that's plenty to get this done. Clamp slid down. The transfer pump worked flawlessly. It's exactly what I was hoping for. I'll show you here. You can see the level in the hose there. It pulled it down just about 2 inches below the top of that hose, which worked out perfect so that it doesn't spill everywhere and have to try and drain it from the bottom of the radiator. End up draining half the radiator to get that out, possibly half the block. I don't know. Like I said, this is my first diesel, my first 7.3, so I don't know how far that would have to be drained. But now it's simply reverse of removal, and then this one will be wrapped up. It is a good time to look at the intercooler boots. You can see them. There's easy access right there. Mine are in decent shape. They're older, probably factory actually, but I've had them off when I did the glow plugs, so I was able to check them out then. But it's a real good time to inspect this one because it's really hard to see with the coolant tank sitting right there on top of it. I'm going to start with that hose again. Like a glove. Now look at this clamp. Perks of, I don't want to say perk, sometimes it's a pain being left-handed sometimes. Anybody else ever feel like they're contortionists after working on some vehicles? You know, this is nothing compared to some of them, but more twisting, some really weird shapes. I think it's one of those deals that just gotta hold my mouth the right way, you know what I mean? See? I did that, it slid right up. I'd hold my mouth the right way. My grandpa always said. Okay, so I'm gonna put this 1 volt here. Get it started. Microphone on top of the. Okay, yeah, good. Whew. I was thinking, dang it. Did that earlier in the other videos. Had to completely redo a whole step because I was using the remote for the camera and hit the record button. Because of this work light I've got hanging from my hood, I couldn't really see the monitor on the camera. It didn't start recording. So I go through the whole spill and was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Rookie mistake, huh? Turn it the other way here. Perfect. There we go. Okay, let's get this little what you call that thing, but get it off there. Nothing on there. Slide the nipple back over. Lock her back in that little notch thing there. Find the spring clamp, slide it back up. And then with this one, it's simply just dumping the coolant in. Pouring actually from one of the little collapsible totes you get. Not collapsible. Here, let me show you. A drawer from one of those plastic 3-drawer totes like you get from like Walmart or something. Hey, whatever works, right? Why go buy a $30 disposal container when you can just reuse these? Alright, let's get this dumped in and see how much I can do. See if I can do it without spilling it. So far, so good. Slow and steady. A while back while I changed the thermostat on this, I noticed the coolant was in really good shape, and I saw that there was one of those Prestone flush kits that you could see installed on the lines of the heater core. And then I found records where this coolant flush was done not too long ago. And there's a special additive they put in the cooling system to keep it from I can't remember there's a certain word they use, but pretty much to keep it from corroding the fuel system and ended up eating a hole in the cylinder wall. This one luckily had it, someone put it in there. Nope. Seriously, just dumped all out of the back top corner of this, dumped it down my arm. Dry, no leaks, really simple job. I love it when they go smooth. And man, that looks a lot better too. Like, I didn't realize how junky this one looked. Yeah, that was a ticking time bomb right there. You can clearly see somebody's had some issues and pasted it before. But yeah, okay, that's it on the coolant tank. So let's get started on the spare tire carrier. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here on my tool table. Another Christmas present, from old Pops. He got me a tool table. He also got me the Earthquake XT, that ratchet I got, the battery powered ratchet. He got it for me for Christmas along with his tool table. Thanks, Pops. Truck here to install the spare tire carrier. Wow, this is really tough trying to figure out these angles with this tripod. Yeah, install my new spare tire carrier. The old one, like I said earlier, was all jammed up, and as you can see, there's a little bit of rust built up there for but for the age and having nearly 250,000 miles on this truck, she's actually go in through right here and come down through this hole. There's a notch here and a notch here that they'll twist and lock into, and then there's a bolt here and a bolt here, and the carrier itself has actually has a welded nut on there that's threaded. When you're putting it in, you got to make sure this points towards the rear of the truck, towards the opening, because that's where the tool goes through from the bumper. And then fish the tire carrier piece thing, I don't really know what that's called, but up through here. It drops down. Okay. Back one's in. Okay, the front notch is in. I can almost see the bolt hole. I had to go to the parts store and get a couple of these bolts. They're M10 by 1.5. I also got a lock washer because I couldn't remember if there was any lock washers on it. Dang it, I just knocked it all the way back out. There's one started. I'm gonna buzz it down a little bit. I think I'm gonna need that extension. So I got the spare tire up under there, figured out it was just a misalignment issue with one of the tabs was bent down in my way. I didn't see it at first. Got it all cranked up in there, freed up some more bed space, which I need because I've recently been piling extra trash and boxes from all the Christmas haul in the bed. I'll tell you what came in handy for this tool set that came from Harbor Freight. I'm sorry, not Harbor Freight. Rock Auto, the tire tool set. Came in its fancy little bag. I think it's like 20 bucks. If I remember right, I've seen people talking about like they go right here on the core support and stuff, but I'm missing one of my tabs right here. One's broke, so I mean it wouldn't hold it. Probably just rattle to pieces, anyways. But one thing that didn't make sense for me is there's 3 pieces in that kit, and there's only two notches here. So maybe that's just the extensions, and maybe the lug wrench goes in the truck. Another project down. I'm getting ready to order a header panel for this truck because it's had a slight impact. You can probably see right here. There's a little bit of dent there. This is basically like spray painted. So I'm going to order a header panel because it cracked the header panel, so I'm having issues with the headlight alignment. I'm going to pull the nose off of it, the grill off. So I'll have the whole front of this truck exposed pretty much. That'll be on another episode though. But yeah, that'll be it for this episode. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the word. You know, help me get the word out there that I'm trying to do this and essentially face the fear, because I'm not a person that likes being in front of a camera, but I love working on vehicles. But until next time, you know, make sure you check back in with Junkie Fixes and see what project's going on next. See you later.